My name is Sam. I'm the body piercer at Emerald Tattoo in Lodi. I'm sure some of you guys have already met me before. I was originally born in Bakersfield, which is down in Southern California. A little bit closer to us than LA, but not too far. I spent most of my childhood here. I grew up, went to school here, graduated high school here, all that fun stuff. A lot of my clients are actually some of my old friends from high school. So if you're watching this, hey.
That was not adequate time.
I know it. I could have sent Sam home to grab my makeup and stuff.
You're gonna be okay. You're beautiful the way you are.
Well, yeah, duh, but.
We're doing 2 piercings and then we're putting jewelry in 4 other piercings.
We're gonna take a look.
Yeah, go ahead and tuck your hair right behind your ears for me. So we're putting jewelry in 2 on both sides and then doing 1 above, right?
However you think it would look best. I think above, because I have 2 already, so probably above.
But on both ears, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My first job out of school, I started working for an olive oil company. That was really fun. I used to work in a lab, had a lab coat and everything, a little fancy. After about a year of that, I saw an ad on Facebook about Emerald Tattoo and Piercing hiring for a manager, and I thought to myself, well, you know, this is kind of an industry that I've always wanted to be a part of. I started being alternative and different from when I was really young. My parents always thought, oh, it's a phase, she'll grow out of it, and now here we are. So I started out as a manager. The first interview that I went to was so scary, I almost didn't get out of my car. I remember sitting in the car thinking, there's no way they're gonna hire me. I have no experience in this industry. I've only ever been into 1 tattoo shop. That was on my 18th birthday, and that was the last time I've ever been in one. But I knew it was something that I really wanted. So I knew it was something that I had to at least try.
All right, I don't know if you've ever passed out, but I do when I get my blood drawn, and it's scary. Usually we can catch it beforehand. Make sure we get them some snacks or a glucose tablet and some water, and keep them back here typically and fan them, make sure they stay nice and cool. Have you had a piercing before?
No.
I already asked that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this piercing is super quick. It's gonna make your eyes water a little bit, but that's not the worst part. It's kind of like when you do your eyebrows.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get set up. When I'm comfortable, I'm gonna have you take a nice deep breath, and I'm gonna pierce on your exhale, okay? So I want you to just take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. You can do it, don't worry. So I'm just gonna start by getting everything open. I want you to just take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. It'll be quick. You've done it before. You got this.
I know, I'm like, have all the tattoos. I'm like, I'm scared.
My first interview, I met with the owner, Red. I don't know if you guys know him or seen him, but intimidating, but very friendly. So right off the bat, I was super nervous, and then we all just sat around the table and talked and got to know each other. And after that, they decided to train me as a manager, and they found out how painfully awkward I can be. I love to ramble, and I'm quite quirky, as one of the training managers called me. So I did that for about a year. It was really fun, really stressful. And then we started hiring some new piercers and new artists, and a piercer came from Pennsylvania. Her name is Nikki. I'm sure you guys know her too. She works at our Modesto shop. She ended up being one of my closest friends. So after a couple of months of friendship, she took me under her wing and was my mentor and trained me to be a piercer and trained me this beautiful trade that I love so much. I've been piercing for about 2.5 years. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm grateful to be able to be one of those few people that can say they enjoy going to work every day. One of my favorite things about Emerald is just how we're all just a big family. I spend a lot of my time with my coworkers at the shop. Elf, Richard, Galen, Anthony, all of those guys are basically my family. They know so much about me, and they just make me feel so comfortable in who I am and what I love to do. So my first introduction into piercing, I was 14 years old. My mom refused to take me to a tattoo shop to get a piercing, and I really, really, really wanted my lip pierced. And you know, just like any other kid out there, I thought, it's fine, I'll just do it myself. So 14-year-old Sam plus safety pin doesn't exactly end well, but that was my first body piercing, and I had 4 of them. I had them for a really long time, and that was when I knew that I wanted to be a piercer. I've always wanted, you know, a car that I could be really proud of. The reason I picked this car in particular is because I don't see many of them. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 of this car. I mean, you see lots of Teslas, and you see lots of Camaros and Challengers, so I wanted something that was more unique. I wanted it to be the only one in town. So you never know, maybe I'll wrap it one day, be like mustard yellow or something. No, please don't let me do that. But I like how it makes me feel really confident in myself and just how far I've come as a person. You don't meet many people my age that drive these kind of cars. My first car that I ever got, I was 19, and my dad let me pick my own car, and it was a really bad idea. So I'd gotten like a 2-year-old 4-cylinder Camaro. I had it for like a month, and then I crashed it. Hopefully I've learned my lesson this time. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. But I like to think I'm a pretty safe driver. Emerald as a company offers a ton of different kinds of piercings. I think my favorite would be probably just about anything in the ear, just because everyone's ears are so different, and you get to bedazzle the parts that people are the most insecure about. Oh, my ear is too flat up here, let's put a gem on it. Or my lobes are really big, let's stretch them. And that's just one of my favorite things about being a piercer, is we can take people's biggest insecurities and turn them into something that they're confident about and something that's unique to them. Septums are always fun. You can change your entire look with just one piercing, and then you can just tuck it away and it's gone. It's like it's not even there. Other than that, I mean, everybody has their own aesthetic that they're looking for, and I love that we can fit every piercing to every person's dream. Like, I think I would look really cute with a double nostril piercing, and then I want to put a hoop in the front, and we can do that. We can pretty much do anything that you want. We can pinch it, we can poke it.
I don't have no one to bring.
You want to have Cameron hold your hand?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Thank you, though.
He's like a professional hand holder. I get super hyped up before I get pierced too. I always make 2 of the artists hold both of my hands when I get pierced.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm the biggest baby about it.
My mom still didn't want me to do my nose. And I'm 52. It's like, really, Mom?
My mom gave up a while ago. She was like, you know what? She's probably going to do whatever she wants to do anyway.
Yeah. She just told me yesterday.
We should have brought her in to get her nose pierced too.
Oh.
Look straight at me.
She'll really love that. That'd be cool if she did. I'd be like, have someone to come with.
I've been here for a little over 3 years, and my mom still hasn't been in here yet.
Oh, really?
One day, maybe, I'll convince her.
I don't think my mom will. She's old-fashioned.
My mom's too. My grandma came in and had me pierce her, but
See,
my mom's not
that-
having it.
My grandma would have been really cool, and she would have probably did it too. It's really weird. It skipped a generation, I think.
Right?
With my mom.
Go ahead
Yes.
and take a look at those marks in the mirror for me, Beth.
Okay.
So you're gonna feel this guy in your ear. You're just gonna catch my needle, so you only get the piercing you came here for.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little cold, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna get set up, and have you take a nice deep breath in, and then breathe out, and that's when I'll pierce you, okay?
Okay.
Deep breath. And out. Good job. You okay?
Yes.
What made you want to get this piercing in particular?
I have migraines.
Oh, okay.
Migraines all the time, so especially in the summer. So my coworkers from my other schools told me about it. From Rio Calaveras, they told me about that. My girls, the coworkers, they had them done, so they told me that it really does help. So I figured, you know what, I really should get that.
Well, I hope it helps out for you.
I hope it does, yes.
And if it doesn't, you still gotta keep piercing out of it.
Huh.
I think the piercing that makes me the most uncomfortable would probably be the tongue, just because people that know me know that I love to talk. I like to talk to my clients and get to know them a little bit while I'm piercing, and it's really hard to do that when you have your tongue sticking out of your mouth. There's lots of drool involved, which is always interesting, but it's also good in the aspect where it's a piercing that you can keep kind of for yourself. It's something, a little bit of rebellion that you can hide that not everybody has to see or know about, so that's pretty cool. Other than that, I mean, belly buttons. Belly buttons are always fun. Nipple piercings, they're not very uncomfortable for me. I mean, maybe it's because everybody has them and it's just another part of the body to pierce, but it changed my aspect and how I look at myself, so it's something I'm always an advocate for. It changes the way you feel. It somehow adds like a certain kind of confidence that other piercings aren't going to give you. And again, another little secret just for you, just like a tongue. But every piercing has its ups and its downs, just like with a tattoo or anything else. But we like to talk our clients through that and let them know everything, the pros and cons. This is what's going to happen when I pierce you. This is what it's going to look like when it's healed. You can expect swelling, all that fun stuff.
Can't wait to go show my mom. She's going to be the first one I show.
I was actually like, if she doesn't, definitely don't tell her that I did it.
Oh no,
No, I'm
you're
kidding.
awesome.
Go ahead.
Say, oh, I had the prettiest redhead do mine.
Thank you.
That looks good.
I'm gonna get set up. We'll have you take a deep breath and then breathe out. And that's when I'll pierce you, okay? Just like with your ears, you can do this. You ready?
I'm always going out there to get you.
Oh yeah. Deep breath. Okay.
Yeah.
Well done. I wasn't sure.
You put the stud in?
Yep, it's all done.
It's already in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're good.
Thank you. Go ahead and take a look. Let me grab you a tissue.
Wow, you're good. You're good. I thought you were going to put it in after you did that.
No.
Wow,
One fluid motion.
Wow. She's good. Thank you, Miss Samantha.
Of course. Here's a tissue for your eyes.
Thank you. This was on my bucket list to do.
Well, I'm glad that you trusted me to do that for you.
Yeah, I picked, it was a long time before deciding to do it. I always wanted to do it, but I didn't know where I was going to do it. And a lot of people I know said this was good. I'm glad it was you. Thank you so much.
Of course. So I'm going to spray you with this. It's a saline solution. It's going to just clean up your ear a little bit.
Okay.
The gem is a little red. So this is going to be cold and wet, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, when you're doing stuff like this, you definitely have to do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta find someone that's going to care.
Exactly. I knew I wanted to come here, but I didn't know who was going to do it, but I'm glad you did it.
Well, you're in luck because it's almost always going to be me. So
Good. You're
you-
awesome. Thank you for talking to me through this and making me feel comfortable. And it was actually pretty good. Wasn't that bad.
Good. Usually the anticipation is the worst part.
I think that's what it was, the waiting.
So the first client I ever pierced was a nostril. It was actually a double nostril, so one on either side, which first off is super hard to mark. So fresh baby apprentice Sam was really, really nervous. But at the same time, I remembered all of my training and how piercing came so naturally to me that it wasn't really an issue. So I got ready. Talking to the client is probably the hardest part, is trying to keep people nice and relaxed and calm in a situation that's scary and intimidating. So that was the hardest part, was just trying to make myself comfortable enough to make the client comfortable. So just a couple deep breaths. I would usually breathe with the client, try and find my zen, not that I'm gonna tell them that. So get set up, pierce them, everything goes perfect, the jewelry's done. It's such a relief that it came out exactly how we wanted it to. I mean, given there's always gonna be mishaps, but thankfully my first paying client, piercing came out perfect. Came in to get changed to a hoop a couple months later. It was a little too high, so we did end up changing it or taking it out and re-piercing it so that we could put a hoop in it in the future. was scary, but not too bad. I think, like most 20-somethings, one of my favorite pastimes is sleeping. A lot of the time outside of work, you can find me at my house, kind of relaxing, hanging out with my family. I like to have dinner with them once a week or so, just because they live like 10-minute drive from me, but it still feels like forever. With someone that has always had such a big family and so many people around them, it's really hard not to see them often. So that's something that I like to do. I like to read. I haven't been able to do it quite as much as I'd like, because I do work, but I like to read, Netflix, food. Food is one thing I 100% like. I love to bake, cheesecake, muffins, cookies, everything. So far, the hardest thing I've found is trying to bake something for my vegan coworkers. It never seems to come out right. So, you know, that's something that I definitely got to work on. But baking is for sure one of my favorite things to do. I had a client come in from middle school a week or two ago on one of the busiest days of the year. And she told me, I remember when we were in junior high and you told me you always wanted to be a piercer. And that's how I knew. I've made it. I did what I wanted to do, and this is something that I plan on doing for the rest of my life.